What's up, y'all? Another video of Pres Lifestyles. First and foremost, I appreciate all my subscribers. You guys have been amazing. This journey has been amazing. I love the results. I love the stories that I've been hearing and the feedback. Let's keep it going. I definitely want to put it out there. I am not a financial advisor. However, I do talk about my personal finances. I do talk about strategies that I personally use. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get into it. I made a video and I was talking about dividends, and a lot of people was confused. So, first of all, there's different types of dividends. You have the annually, and then you have the quarterly numbers, and then you have the monthly. So I'm going to talk about the annually first because it confused a few people. Like with Kohl's, I'm using that as a prime example. Kohl's, it says their annually dividends is $2 a share, but their quarterly is 50 cents a share. So what that only means is that for one share, every one share out of an entire year, you're going to get $2 out of that one share. However, that means quarterly with that 50 cents, it means it's 4 quarters. So, in other words, every 3 months you'll get 50 cents per share. So, that will translate out of an entire year as $2 per share. So, that's what that means. That's the difference. I know it's a little confusing for a lot of people that weren't aware of stuff like that. Um, Another one that actually kind of hurt me a little bit was AT&T, because last year they was definitely paying 52 cents per share. And like I said, the stock market's been going up and down, so they're still paying dividends, but it's not as much. They actually almost cut it in half. So it's basically actually it did cut it in half, to kind of think about it. It's basically paying 27 cents a share at this point. It used to be 52 cents. Now it's 27 cents a share as of January. So last year it was definitely 52 cents. Now I'm looking at about 27 cents per share. So they basically cut it in half. But I understand they got to cut the cost. You can't pay out all your shareholders when money is a little bit more tight on the business aspect. So I get it. But they're still paying dividends. Thank God for that. So that's one. Another one is the monthly. So monthly paying dividends, I talk about it all the time. So I'm pretty sure if you've been watching my videos, you're no stranger to it at this point. But if this is your first video, I will talk about it a little bit more. So monthly paying dividends is basically companies that pay you monthly paying dividends. So those are my favorite type of companies to invest into, because I feel like it's a great defense when it comes to the stock market. It doesn't matter what direction the stock market wants to go in, I'm still gonna make money, and that's just how I feel about that, and that's just how I like to invest. I guess you can call it kind of safeguarding or whatever the case is for investing, but that's just my type of strategy when it comes to investing. I do venture out and go to different companies, but I'm very big on the monthly paying companies. So I'm not coming across companies that are paying about 52 cents and stuff like that. I am coming across companies that are paying about 6 cents a share. But it kind of balances out, because when you think about, you know, quarterly or whatever the case is, every 3 months. So if I have 6 cents a share, it's quick little 18 cents if it's 6 cents a share. No, nothing too big. But then I have ones that also pay 10 cents a share, so that's about 30 cents if you think about it on a quarterly aspect. So it definitely adds up, and that's only because of due to the pandemic, because some of these companies, they were paying a lot more in dividends per month. Like, there's companies that were paying about 30 cents, 25 cents per share. Of course, the difference is now their prices in their shares for their companies have dropped. So being that it's dropped, instead of them cutting off dividends completely, because a lot of companies did do that during the pandemic, they decided to just cut it lower. So I've seen companies that were paying about 15, 17, 18 cents a share, per month. Then they might have dropped down to about 6 cents, 7 cents. And, it's the pandemic. So unfortunately, they had to do what they had to do. but they still want to keep their shareholders a part of the brand and their investing. So, that's just how it is. Hopefully it goes back up. What I like to do is when it comes to certain companies, I like to backtrack. I like to go before the pandemic just to see where they were at and to get a real good mindful of what was going on, because most companies are still recovering from the pandemic hit, and a lot of the hits that took place wasn't because of the company. It was honestly because of something that happened globally. So it's a big difference. It'd be different if everything is fine and the company's taking hits because it's just the company itself. Then there's a big problem. But if it's something that's out of their control and they took a hit and they're still holding on, I honestly commend those companies, because that means that company had a very strong foundation and it was able to survive a pandemic. And not only that, but still pay out their shareholders monthly. So that's things that I look at. And then on top of that, for the 6 cents a month, when I look at it, you got to look at how much you're paying per share for the company. So the difference with this investing idea and this strategy is, I don't necessarily want my initial money that I'm putting into the company to really shoot up and make me more money. That's not what my goal is. I'm getting in this company or these companies just so I can take advantage of the dividends that pays me monthly, and I can kind of turn that into a different type of income if I really want to, if I'm building more. So that's how that would work. Other than that, I'm not basically looking into anything else when it comes to that. So even if it goes up, I'm basically going to keep focusing on, just buying more shares. That's my game plan. That's my strategy. I'm definitely working on just buying more shares. So if it goes up, it kind of bothers me, only because I'm trying to buy more shares. I'm trying to buy them for cheaper. So I actually kind of prefer to see that those type of companies that pay monthly, their share price to kind of drop a little bit. But I don't want it to drop to the point where they take off dividends, because the moment that those companies stop paying dividends is the moment that I will withdraw my money. And hopefully it hasn't dropped to the point where I'm taking a loss on my, initial invested money, because that's when the issue is going to happen. But other than that, that's really what I wanted to break down to you guys. Just a different type of dividends and investing strategies. Because for me, and I feel like for a lot of people, dividends is a big thing. It's really a big thing. It could be a very big game changer for people. It's definitely been working out for me, because at this point I have, 2 portfolios, and I'm basically using one that's kind of more so going on autopilot right now, because I basically just take the dividend money every month and just reinvest that, and I just have basically my generated money generating more money. So that's basically the goal. So that means the money that I'm basically working on or working for and working towards is not, really flying into the stock market as much as it was at the very beginning. Treat it like a snowball effect. Like I said, I'm in companies where they're paying about 6 cents, 10 cents, but it's only about $3 or $8 a share. Now it's gonna hurt if that same $8 a share shoots up to $16 a share. They'll say, "Oh, you did great. You basically doubled your money that you invested in. That's great. Trust me, that's great. Making money on all aspects is perfect, but at the same time, that's gonna mean it's going to be more difficult for me to buy more shares. And if it's more difficult for me to buy more shares, that means it's going to be more difficult for me to get my dividends that's paying monthly to shoot up more. So that's the differences. But other than that, guys, you take it easy. I definitely want to put out this video out there. Remember, annually and quarterly, it's technically the same thing. It's just that they're basically calculating throughout the entire year of how much you can make off of one share. The quarterly will tell you how much you're going to make in that quarter for the shares. So if you see something that says $2 annually, don't think that it's going to be $2 every month or every quarter. That means that 12-month cycle, that's when it's going to hit, and they're going to calculate that entire thing. But that means for quarterly, it's going to be 50 cents or around 50 cents. So you just have to do the calculations on that. You guys take it easy. I really appreciate everybody. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. If you have not subscribed at this point, please subscribe, because I'm going to keep the videos going, and I'm going to get more in depth as I do more videos, just so I can make sure that all my subscribers are on the same page. Other than that, hit the like button. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. Let me know if I'm basically answering anything that you guys wanted to know, or if I'm giving you more information that you did not know before. I really appreciate that. And you guys take it easy. Good luck out there in this investing world.